He wants you to know through this time that if we make getting temporary wealth our primary aim, we'll find ourselves eternally ungrateful for the life that he's given to us. And so in the background of this story, we've been looking at the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus has been talking to his disciples, walking through different things with them to help them know what righteousness truly is, what it means to be somebody whose life has really been changed from the inside out. And so in the previous weeks, he talked to them about making sure that they didn't pray so that they would be heard by other people, right? That they didn't give so they would be seen by other people. So they didn't fast so they would be honored by other people. But he warns them against those things about trying to make it all about me right now. And then this passage, Jesus jumps into another familiar story with us, or another familiar command in verses 19 through 21. He says this. It says, "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy, where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Even the forces of your own heart. Because it says, for where your treasure is, right? So where your treasure is, what follows that? Your heart. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. We live as victims all the time. Like, oh, I just feel this way and I feel that way, as if our feelings are our masters. And for so many of us, they're not just masters, they're taskmasters that enslave us. As if you're sitting there as a victim with no hope outside of that. What Scripture's telling us in this passage is that if you set your affections in a place by putting your treasure someplace, guess where your heart goes? The very place that you set it. Jim Elliot said this. He said, "He is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he cannot lose." If you've never heard that quote before, I hope you memorize it. He is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he cannot lose. The point with that is that Jim Elliot was a guy who didn't have $350 million. In fact, as opposed to working to gain $350 million, he went the other direction. He became a pilot, and many of you know his story. You've seen parts of the story through the End of the Spear movie. And he went to minister and to become a missionary to some cannibals down in South America. In fact, he gave his life in that pursuit. And when people said, "Why did you forsake all of the other things you could do with your life?" he said, "He is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he can never, ever lose." And this may not be the best example, but have you been to Sam's on a Saturday? Come on. There's people who like Sam's on Saturdays because why? There you go. How many of you are thinking like me and Allegra? Sample time, right? You get to go. You get to get a taste of something that when you're finally home, you get to fully enjoy. Do you sense that? That right now, if you're enjoying anything right now on this earth, if God has given you anything right now on this earth, doesn't matter what you think the greatest thing of this earth is. Oh, wait till you get home. And you get to enjoy all of it. And it all fits together, and it's all the right way. That's that picture he's given to us, is that he has things for you. Don't you think that your Father is just going to let you go hungry, but don't you think that he doesn't have something so much more in store for you? When your heart is set towards eternity, your heart is set to be satisfied, your heart is set to be rewarded,